Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2 match on the map Open Warfare. I'm starting in the bottom right position, playing as the Soviets. Now this map does have a lot of ore and a lot of gems. I will be expanding up this first ore patch, and what I'm going to be trying to do in this game is expand to the middle of the map because there's another big, really big ore and gem patch right in the middle of the map. So I'm just sending some infantry up to the top of the map first. As we know, our enemies are in the top of the map as well, so that's their starting position, so I will need to send some infantry up there, just get a bit of vision and be able to scout for any early attacks that come my way. And I've got my first ore refinery down there, and now building an ore silo, and now going on to my war factory. And resources are quite plentiful on this map, so there's opportunity for big tank battles. And you can see that's the big ore and gem patch I was talking about in the middle of the map there. My infantry is starting to uncover. And that's a really essential resource that we're going to need to try and get in this game. And you can see there, yellow getting an infantry further down. Green's also got some infantry defending. So hopefully we'll be able to block any scouts from getting into our base. And really, it's not that hard in this game to block scouts. There's only a couple of small parts I need to block to stop any scouts from getting into my base, and I think I've covered those pretty well. And you can see I've got an infantry going up there, but I think he'll get killed. Yeah, he'll get killed soon. Of course, yellow's got that part blocked. But I've got some visibility of the middle of the map, which is really important, because that's where I'm going to be trying to travel to later on in the game. What I'm going to be also going to, though, is that ore patch to the right of my base, and that's where I'm going to next, because I want to be able to get my 3 war factories out ASAP. And now I'm going to be building that ore refinery on that second ore patch that I've got. And I'm just having a bit of a look around, and we can see that yellow, it looks like they're going to be destroying that bridge that's at the top of the map. So there's a couple of bridges there, so if they destroy a couple of the bridges, it will give less access points into their base. Although it'll also give them less access points to attack us as well, so it's sort of 6 and 2 threes, I guess, from that point of view. And we're going to be able to get our second ore refinery now out on that patch, and now we're going to straight away build our 3rd war factory. And you can see that bridge going down at the top of the map. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to bring my forces together and sort of guard this middle part of the map, and because there will be some fighting around this area quite soon, I would imagine. I'm not just having a look at, because it's going to be quite hard to attack their base. And you can see some infantry going across there, and they've all been destroyed. So yeah, yellow missing that a little bit. But now the other bridge has been destroyed just before I was able to get to it. And now I'm able to get my 3rd war factory. And what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to build an ore truck, just so I can utilise that faster building speed from that 3rd war factory. There's no point in building extra war factories if I'm not going to be able to use the increased building speed. And what I'm going to focus on now is expanding to the middle. But I'm also going to build a service depot, because I'm going to want to be able to build MCVs just to increase the building speed of structures. And we can see there's some cyan light tanks there, which may be attacking quite soon. I'm also having to keep a check on yellow to see if yellow's going to be doing anything. And now we're going to get that service depot out. And that's going to mean I'm going to have the ability to build a couple of MCVs. Because there hasn't seemed to be much action yet, and I've been able to build up quite a decent tank army. So we're just going to be biding our time for now. Construction complete. And it's just important that I keep on looking at different parts of the map. I'm also going to use get a radar dome. On hold. Building. And now I've got a faster building speed. I'm going to use it as part of my extension to the middle part of the map. And now we can have a look, and we can see there's some movement from Cyan there. So it's a good thing we have that radar dome. And we'll have to see where Cyan decides to attack. Is he going to go for the middle part of the map, or is he going to go right down to the bottom left? Because sometimes what they try and do is they try and catch players out and attack them from the back of the base. But we can also see that yellow is starting to make a move now as well. And we're going to go for an attack on yellow in this little compartment. And you can see he's going to have a hard time funneling tanks in. Although I guess I'll have sort of like maybe a similar issue. But those yellow tanks look like they're going down. It's heavy tanks versus medium tanks. And you can see that yellow is starting to pull back now. I think he's realised it's probably not a good idea to fight there. it's not in his favour. And those tanks going down, but I need to be careful now because it's sort of entering into a bottleneck. But it seems like yellow's being pushed back even a bit further, and we'll see what damage we can do here. I need to see if I can push into yellow's base. The only problem is I've got cyan who might attack the middle of the map, so I'm a bit uncertain of what's going to go on at the moment. But we can see there's some movement from cyan, so that might cause me a bit of trouble. And we can see those light tanks coming across. I'm going to need some help from my ally, hopefully. But I'm possibly going to need to pull back because my economy is exposed. I'm also going to build some Tesla because Tesla will be very strong against those light tanks. But those light tanks will be able to destroy the Tesla because there's quite a few of them. And you can see that cyan is sort of transitioning onto medium tanks. So I'm going to lose some of my Autrux there, unfortunately. And you can see yellow's starting to fight me also on the other part of the map. So I'm sort of fighting on two fronts at the moment. And I think I'm going to lose these tanks because I'm not able to reinforce them properly because I'm having to deal with cyan at my own base. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to pull back a little bit. And I am low on power, so I'm going to need to get another power plant. I've also got that other MCV that I can deploy. So that gives me a bit more vision back. And I'm just going to build another one of those and try and build a Tesla. So I have a bit of a faster building speed now. But you can see I've lost another Autrux there. I think I've only got one Autrux out of 3 left. But now it seems that green has entered the middle of the map, so that's going to give me a bit more backup. And I'm going to start trying to rebuild some of these Autrux, where you can see my economy is starting to struggle a little bit. So now it's me and green fighting against cyan. We seem to be able to push cyan a little bit back, but we can see that yellow is coming from the right. So we'll have to see how that's going to change things a little bit. We can see the yellow army is quite big. Yellow's using medium tanks, which is probably definitely the better tank to use in this fight. And my tanks possibly I was a little bit out of position here. What I should have done is group them up a little bit better before taking this fight. But what I wanted to do is get in the way of that gap. And you can see now green is protecting the left of my base, so I'm left to fight yellow on the right of my base. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and base crawl a little bit to that passage so that I can build some Tesla there. But you can see my economy is struggling a little bit, and I've decided to put it at the other side of my base. Because we can see that cyan might be coming back on an attack. We can see those medium tanks are starting to push towards the left once again. So I'm going to need to get my tanks back to my base and leave yellow for now. And what I'm going to be trying to do is just trying to get a bit of a stronghold in this middle of the map. Get lots of Tesla there, lots of power plants, lots of things. And if I can expand far enough to the right, what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to put Tesla to guard that gap. And that's going to help me a lot if I can do that, because what it'll mean is that yellow will have to attack from the same direction as cyan. And it's a lot easier to fight in that direction and there. And now I'm going to put a Tesla on that gap, and that's going to help me a bit. Let's see if yellow still tries to push through or if yellow's going to push back. And I've got another Tesla there, so that's 2 Tesla now, and that's going to do a lot of damage. And you can see that yellow has realised they're going to have to push back, but cyan is coming in with quite a large army, and that's a lot of medium tanks. He's definitely got the stronger army at the moment, and what I'm going to have to do is pull back a little bit. And it's just a question of, is he going to attack from the left, or is he going to try and go and connect with yellow? But you can see those medium tanks are coming down now, and they're quite large in number. Yeah, he's definitely got a stronger army at this point. What I'm going to need to do is try and fight in the range of the Tesla. And what I've done is I've just built like about 4 Tesla, and that's sort of that bottleneck to hopefully deter yellow from trying to attack. But I might be in a bit of trouble now because cyan's army is large. And green's coming in now to help, because I do need some backup here, because that cyan army is just too big to fight on my own. I've also got another war factory down now, and I'm going to be building some Tesla. And I think I did forget actually to put... Oh no, I'd had to pause it to build some Tesla earlier on, I think. The tank building speed, but now you can see my tank all starting to stack up. And hopefully with this extra building speed, I'm going to be able to build back my tank numbers back up. I do need more Tesla out though, and you can see though, as again range of those Tesla, and my heavy tank numbers starting to build up. Hopefully I'll be able to fight out off this Cyan tank force. You can see those Cyan tanks at the moment just trying to target my ore trucks, and that's probably a good thing actually, because I've been able to whittle down the tank forces and I've been able to build up my own tank forces. I will have to build my economy back up, and you can see there green fighting with yellow and fighting with Cyan, so I'm going to try and push to the left right now, because you can see that's where the focus of yellow is and that's where the focus of Cyan is. And I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm just going to have to ignore the right for now. Hopefully I've got enough Tesla there to hold if yellow decides to go on the attack, because it is sort of like a bottleneck, and hopefully they'll be too preoccupied with this part of the map. But you can see now Cyan's coming back, and Cyan's got another large tank mass. And again, Cyan's had time to build up the tank numbers, so I'm going to have to pull back once again and hopefully group up my tanks and be able to sort of build up a force. You can see now I'm low on ore again, and that lone tank force going in. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to fight at the other side of the bottleneck. But you can see that Cyan is going further down. I think they're going to try and go through another part of the map. And I'm just trying to buy a bit of time just so I can... Yeah, I've got yellow forces coming out that bottleneck. I've got some forces going out the top bottleneck. I'm going to have to pull back because those forces are too large. You can see that yellow and Cyan combined army. It's going to be too much for me, I think, at the moment. I'm just trying to fight as much as I can, but I'm going to have to pull back a little bit. And the problem is I want to build lots of Tesla, but my economy is not strong enough at the moment to get those Tesla numbers up, and I do need to keep those tank numbers high. And you can see them fighting into my base now and going for the attack on my ore refinery. And that Cyan army looks quite large as well. The yellow army, not so much, but they have got a lot of tank numbers also in the top right position, so they could go for an attack from that angle. And now they're in line of my Tesla fire, but I don't think those Tesla numbers are going to be enough, and the tank forces are just too much. And they're pushing further and further through my base. You can see now green is coming with some reinforcements, trying to fight the Cyan tanks there. I'm trying to take out the yellow at the moment because they're trying to destroy a lot of my structures. And those Tesla are doing some good damage against those yellow tanks at least. So I think we have whittled down those forces a little bit. But you can see some of my power plants going down, and that Cyan force is still large, unfortunately. And now they look like they're going to be able to push further into my base, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much I'm going to be able to do at this point. What I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to try and hold on and just hope they run out of ore. With us holding the middle of the map, we do have a lot of access to ore there. Well, not at the moment because Cyan and yellow sort of covering it, but I've still got ore trucks there. And we've still got those Tesla firing. We'll have to see. I think that ore truck might be going down quite soon though, because we can see that Cyan is firing on it, and now he's trying to take out those Tesla coils. My last line of defence really, and unfortunately it seems very bad for us at the moment. Although we've managed to take out some of those tanks, they're still in good numbers. And yeah, I'm just trying to push them back now, but you can see all my tanks are gone. And I don't have any tanks coming out to replace them. I do have some miners in the middle of, on the bottom of the map, but it's just not going to give me the tank production in order to defend. And now we can see that yellow is attacking from the top right as well. We'll have to see how well those Tesla hold up. We can see they've destroyed quite a few tanks, but Tesla on their own aren't always the best thing. But actually we managed to take out most of those yellow forces. And in doing that, and we can see that yellow doesn't look like they have too much ore left at the top of the map here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see what we can do here if we can fight these yellow forces. But it looks like I'm having to focus on yellow, and Cyan is going further and further into my base. And I think that Tesla and that power plant are going to be gone in a short amount of time. Although I think they're going for the wrong thing first, going for the power plant, because that Tesla is still firing, and over time the Tesla do a lot of damage, but as I say, it does look like it's going to go down. And I'm just building another Tesla here to see if we can do anything, but it's not looking good at all. And yeah, I've lost that radar dome because I've been able to push into the main part of my base now through that main gap. Cyan is doing the correct thing by using medium tanks because those medium tanks are a lot more bulky than light tanks, so they can withstand Tesla a bit better. Even if there were light tanks at this point though, I don't think it'd make much difference. There's just too many of them, and I don't have enough Tesla or base defences. But you can see they are starting to, get whittled down slightly. I mean, Green's bringing in some reinforcements, but what I notice now is that ore patch in the middle between our two bases is starting to diminish quite a bit, so it's not going to be long before we lose that. But you can see those tanks from Cyan are on low HP, and it seems like they're getting used up a little bit. I'm just getting another ore refinery out there, just doing whatever I can to hold on. I've still got good war factory production, and those Cyan tanks coming back now, but we can see the Cyan tanks are whittled down, and my teammate Green is starting to build up his tank numbers a little bit there. I lost a couple of tanks there, and it looks like we're going to survive this encounter, but I'm sure the other teams probably have tanks waiting back to put in soon. But you can see those tank numbers have fell now, and we'll just take out those remaining two tanks and yet again try and expand to the top of the map. And I am getting my radar dome out. I'm just having a bit of a look there. We can see the yellow ore trucks are going to that middle part, and you can see now that the other teams have had to expand into that middle ore patch, and that's why we've been there was a bit of a lull there in tank production and tank numbers coming through, but now we can see that yellow has got a big force, and I really don't have the forces to fight this off. We managed to defend against Cyan there, but now their forces have built back up, and they've got the economies back up and running now that they've expanded to the middle ore patch. Right now, I don't think there's any way back into this unless I was just to hold on and then, I guess, let them run out of ore, but I guess there's quite a lot of ore in that top right position, and we haven't got much ore around our base, so that's good. We're going to run out of that soon. And you can see yellow just pulling back a bit there because I think green is on the attack. But as soon as they defeat those few tanks from green, then they'll come back as the only thing we could do now is possibly, we'd have to have a way of destroying their base to have any chance in the middle. And we just don't have the tank numbers to do that, but you can see green's got a few more tanks coming in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and distract them at the right side of the map, while hopefully green can send some tanks in behind. So we're just getting a Tesla put in there, just if we can draw them into sort of like a choke point. But you can see they're not really moving around too much, and they're probably, you can see yellow's seeing green now, with green's doing some attacks on their base in the middle. So we'll see if he's able to take out all those buildings. You can see that Cyan has lost quite a bit, but he's still got a couple of ore refineries left. I think that yellow is out of the middle maybe, but you can see that yellow has loads of harvesters in that top right position, and I think we're well and truly out of ore now. Well, almost. I just had some ore dropped off there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go into this part of the map here and try and take out all of the ore trucks from yellow, because we can see all those ore trucks from yellow coming in, and also Cyan is bringing in some ore trucks as well. So if I can possibly block off that point or maybe destroy that base from Cyan. I'm just trying to decide what to do here. I think I'm going to go for the base here. Take out that ore refinery from Cyan. You can see Cyan building some turrets in response, but he doesn't have a war factory at this point here. And we'll take out that construction yard as well. And try and take out some of the yellow ore refineries as well. But you can see now yellow is coming back to the top part of the map. It looks like they've got a lot of light tanks there, and I don't have that many heavy tanks. And I'm just doing whatever I can. I can also see at the top there's still some more left there as well. So they've got a bit more ore than I thought they did outside the base as well as at the sides. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that much here in the end. But you can see my ore trucks are going to that middle ore patch now. You can see green's got some ore trucks there as well. I'm just having a look, but I'm not getting many funds in, and the other teams have a lot of tanks on the battlefield. And now we can see some Cyan medium tanks coming in, and we'll have to see what they decide to go for. It looks like they're going to go for the ore trucks. There's not really, I don't know if there's any point in defending them now. Just letting the ones go back that can. But you can see he's got quite a few mediums there, and green is coming up with some heavy tanks. So hopefully maybe our ore trucks will take some fire while we can destroy those Cyan tanks. But we can see yellow coming in also now as well with some light tanks and one medium, and also a few infantry there. And yeah, I think this like middle ore patch now, you can see it's pretty much well and truly gone. And then there's just going to be that middle right patch, which is basically controlled by the other team at the moment, and there's no way we're going to be able to get to that. I've just sold a couple of war factories because there's no point in having them if I can't use the increased building speed, which I can't at the moment. So I may as well have the funds just to buy a few more. And now we can see those yellow tanks going towards this choke point. We'll have to see if this Tesla's able to do anything, and see if green has any defences, anything more than those couple of tanks. But it doesn't look like he has much else. I'm also going to be selling one of those construction yards, and you can see those Teslas doing a little bit of damage, and yellow pulling back a bit. But it seems like they're going to go around the other part of the map because there's another entry point to the right. And there's nothing there, so they're going to be able to go straight through. And you can see them going down there, and there's my last war factory actually there, which is going to get probably taken out quite soon. But yeah, there's and they'll be replenishing some of those tanks that they're losing. Although they seem to be taking out the fight now, and my tank forces look like they're going to be almost annihilated. And now they're going for that war factory, and that's my final war factory, so that is out of the game. And I don't have anything left now. So as you can see, it's pretty much over. I think in this game though, it was all about who could keep control of the middle. If we could have kept control of that middle ore patch, I think we would have won. But we got overrun by their big armies in the middle of the game. But I think if we'd kept that middle ore patch and we'd be able to build some defences on it, I think what would have happened is the other team would have ran out of ore. And I think that would have been the point where we would have been able to counter possibly. I don't know if that would have definitely been the case, but I think that would have been a big factor in this. At the end of the day though, the other team played better than us and were able to build more units and overrun us. It was just all about whether we could expand and get control, but we weren't able to do that. And they came up with big armies, and I didn't have enough defences at the time to be able to defend. And that's it. And you could say as soon as we lost the middle, it kind of started to go downhill from there. And green also getting destroyed. I think Cyan's coming back in now. He seems to have got quite a few tags from somewhere. I think some of the resources are growing back as well in the starting bases, so that is going to be a good game. And yeah, I'm out of it, and that's just yellow and cyan cleaning up. So you can see they've got ore refineries in the middle, although there's no ore left on the map, I don't think anymore, except maybe in the middle right. But that ore will be used up soon as well. So that was quite a longish game actually. For usually you don't have 2v2 matches lasting over 20 minutes, but this one did go on for a little while. And that is green's, well, this is green's last building, it looks like, and that is game over. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video.